sings our national anthem. The flag is down, so I direct your attention to the display of the flag.
Oh, say, can you see at the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, can prove through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Screaming and coaching.
Such a voice. Should I take one of those?
Live from Stadium Field on the campus of Darien High School, it's Varsity Field Hockey on the DAF Media Network this afternoon in the FCIAC, a rivalry matchup between the Darien Blue Wave and the New Canaan Rams. Hi everybody, I'm Damian Andrews. So glad you could be with us on this DAF Media broadcast of Varsity Field Hockey. I am joined this afternoon between really a couple of experts in the sport of field hockey. DAF Media's Kari John, and of course Alex George is joining us, and Alex is the, well, he's got many titles on his resume, but he leads the AGH Hockey Club. In fact, coaches many of the players on the field this afternoon that we'll be watching. He also was the coach of the Boys USA East Coast team. So Alex, welcome in. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, everyone. And looking forward for the great afternoon.
So we're just about ready to go here from Stadium Field in Darien. An overcast day. Had some rain earlier today. Darien in the home whites, New Canaan in the black uniforms with the red numbers. And this is a matchup between two rivals. Rivalry week on the DAF Media Network. We've got Darien New Canaan High School girls soccer match tomorrow night here at Stadium Field. And of course, then we'll go on Wednesday into the pool at the Darien YMCA, where it's Darien New Canaan in girls swimming. And we are underway here at Stadium Field as Bridget Mahoney gets things going.
So Bridget just threw an overhead ball, trying to just get early on the offensive. Kitty Duggan coming away with the ball, sending a flat pass without finding a teammate. There was a touch there for New Canaan, so Katie Elder's going to take this ball and just try to find her teammate Molly Hellman, which she does. Molly has such great speed and some skill, as we just saw. So you see Katie carrying that ball away. She's got to carry that ball 5 yards before she goes into the circle, which she's done. Umpire calling the ball going Darien as well, so I would assume that Katie's going to try to get circle penetration here. New Canaan playing really tough, not allowing defensive lead balls in. It's slippery out there on the field. It's the second fall we've seen. So New Canaan having the opportunity to send this ball out. I expect a lot of back and forth in this match, probably. Darien with another opportunity on the right side. Katie Yelders finds Katie Duggan immediately, which finds Molly Hellman. That ball was lifted off the defensive stick, so Katie will take that ball right away. Just as long as she carries 5, she can go in the circle, and just missed wide on the right side or left side of the goalkeeper. Missing just a tip here. Looks like Emily Knight with the ball from New Canaan, getting the ball out. She finds a nice hole. But Lily Coolidge is there to pick it up. She finds Molly Hellman again, and Molly doing some good skill work again, and Emily with a nice little tackle, and Molly able to get Emily's foot inside the circle, which is a foul. So Darien with their first opportunity for a penalty corner. So for Lily Coolidge inserting, it looks like, and she's going to go on the opposite side where corners are generally taken. So this will be interesting to see where they go, and if it's going short to Katie Duggan, right back to her. Lily's going to send, the defender was right there to pick it up, so there was a little mistrap on that second pass. Didn't move fast enough.
Nice defensive effort that time by Estelle Asker.
Yeah, Estelle's been coaching a lot of these girls, as we always do every year. Every game we're talking about coaching them for a while. That's a great tuck-back ball by Molly Hellman.
And that's a goal for Darien.
Yeah, we took maybe a replay. I know that was a tip on the right side of the goalkeeper.
Yeah. Bridget had one touch, finishing inside the circle.
Did she send it over? I thought Molly, or did Shay get a piece of that?
Shay Vandenbroek.
Bridget Mahoney assists Molly Hellman.
Okay, so Shay was just there. Good, yeah. So Darien starts off early, 3 minutes into the first half, with a goal by Bridget Mahoney, senior captain, and
goal has been credited to Shay Vandenbroek.
Yeah, Shay possibly.
Yeah, Shay Vandenbroek on the far post was right there and knocks it in. So the goal does go to Shay Vandenbroek, and Darien is on the scoreboard 1-0 here early in this one.
It's Katie Elders finding Katie Duggan again. Katie Duggan trying to tuck that ball back. It's a great save by goalkeeper Emily Gata. Oh, nice cross ball over, but no one there to. New Canaan now with an opportunity to get this ball out of their defensive end, trying to create some offense. It's a nice ball back. It's really cool. It's finding Katie Elders going to come back for this ball, and she's under heavy pressure by number 7. That would be Rachel Giglio. Nice pull back. So New Canaan able to get this ball down their right side, doing really well, getting past Brinsley Rush. And they're inside their offensive 25, so let's see if they can generate some opportunity. Gets good stick work getting by Brinsley Rush. There's a little lift there. Shay Vandenbroek cutting back for the ball, and again, third foul we've seen on the field tonight. I think it's either slippery.
Well, it's certainly damp out there,
Yeah.
and can get a little slippery on that turf. It's been overcast all day in southwestern Connecticut.
This looks like Emily Schwartzman taking the ball out of the defensive end, and she finds her teammate Brinsley Rush. She gets a little touch on it, but the ball not being well controlled on her stick, and that's going to be a turnover. Unfortunately, going out of bounds for New Canaan.
I want to thank everybody for joining us on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. And a shout out to our production crew, our DAF Media production crew, Camera 1, Wells Foster, Camera 2, Trey Cahill, our director, and also doing instant replay, double duty today, is Ted Brennan. And the DAF Media Network, we are comprised just about entirely of student volunteers and adult volunteers. And again, we want to thank you for watching us. 1-0 Darien here early on from Stadium Field.
And Bridget's probably just going to take this ball right in. She was outside the 25-yard line. Now, I mean, there really was no one around for that to be dangerous, but that ball was lifted, so the umpire's going to view that as dangerous. Here's Emily Knight again trying to get the ball out. And number 7, again, Rachel Gilio trying to, New Canaan just trying to transfer this ball around, see if they can find something. It's a good ball by Emily to her teammate. It looks like Megan Mitchell from my viewpoint here.
Ball's on the far side of the field, near midfield. Here comes New Canaan on the move as the Rams try to score the equalizer here. Darien jumped out to an early 1-0 lead thanks to Shea Vandenbroek's goal. Damian Andrew, Kari Johns, and Alex George joining you. Thanks for joining us here on the DAF Media Network.
You know, Bridget Mahoney just had the ball, and you saw her swarmed by 5 New Canaan players immediately, and she was still able to move the ball around. There's Molly Hellman, who actually plays for AGH, as does Bridget Mahoney.
Yeah, she's a very fast player. Also plays lacrosse, very intense. It's great from Emily Knights there, protect the ball and try to clear the open space.
So a little new for Emily. When I had always coached her, she played offense, so now she's back on defense. I'm not used to seeing her back there.
Yeah.
It will be New Canaan possession here. And a good crowd here at Stadium Field despite the weather. This is obviously a big rivalry. Last year was played at Dunning Field in New Canaan. Darien won that game. New Canaan's head coach in her second year is Kelly Marks, and as Kari and I were talking about before this game started, she was a collegiate player herself at Old Dominion and then went to the University at Albany in upstate New York.
Yeah, she also made the USA development team, which is a great opportunity for her. Her dream, from all we understand, is to play in the women's. It might happen. She's trying really hard, and I think she's in the right pick in her career.
Yeah, I had to play against her a few weeks ago. She's a great player.
Yeah.
And it just really, it's just a little bit too hard. Bridget trying to find Molly on the wide post. She's done a great job with this program in just 2 years. They really have grown. A lot of these players have been playing off season, but you know, with the coaching in the season as well, they're really not getting a lull. So it's really good to see these girls continue to play year round and getting some great coaching.
Yeah, it's a young New Canaan team, relatively speaking, a number of freshmen, sophomores and juniors, and I talked to Coach Marks beforehand, and she said she is enjoying her second season as the Rams head coach, and as you mentioned, Kari doing a terrific job. And we're going to have a corner opportunity here for the Blue Wave.
So I believe Bridget Mahoney had set the ball in the pads. It looked like the umpire signaled that it was a little high coming out from the goalkeeper. It just can't be dangerous. So they're trying it from this side again. So let's see if there's an option on the corner.
Lily Kula's the inserter here.
She finds Katie Elders, who's going to send that ball wide all the way across the field to Shea Vanderbroek, who sends the ball right in, and a goal.
And that is a goal for Lily Kulitz with the goal, and we're going to take another look at that. A pretty play right here.
Yeah, Shea Vanderbroek just slowed that down just enough for Lily to get a nice little reverse, just little into the goal. Darien up to 2-0, just 9 minutes into the first half. A lot of hockey left to be played.
This is a New Canaan team that came into this game 7-2-0-1, an overtime loss to Wilton, another FCIAC East Division rival. And Darien comes into this one 8-2 overall on a 6-game win streak. So the Blue Wave have played well of late after starting the season 2-2. Dropped one to Staples, the season opener, and an out-of-state, out-of-conference matchup to a national powerhouse this year, Garden City, here at Stadium Field.
Yeah, I can't speak to the New Canaan losses, but we've talked about the losses here for Darien, and it was just a matter of finding people in the right positions, everyone being healthy, and since that's been the case, that's been the 6-game winning streak, is that everyone has actually been healthy on the field. I think everyone's finding a home in the right positions. Lily Kulitz was a forward prior to this, and she's finding herself as a full back or a back. Here's New Canaan taking this ball in. Nice little outlet to the right. I imagine we're going to tuck this ball back or send it across. Not quite sure. I didn't see the
It's a free hit for Darien. For New Canaan,
New
sorry.
Canaan. Yeah, I didn't see what the umpire called. So it's a nice little stick work there, but Shea Vandenberg just strips that ball away, trying to find off the left foot of the defender, Bridget, but it just wasn't flat enough. So here is Katie Elders coming up with the ball, and New Canaan doing some good work to try to get in there, but Darien is just able to pull these balls away, and everyone's trying to move that ball off the left foot of the defender. And there's a ball now going to Daphne Cutler. Should probably send that ball down to Molly Hellman soon.
Here's Cutler making a run down the near sideline here. Centers it. And a nice defensive effort by New Canaan.
Yeah, with Molly's speed, that ball could have been released a lot sooner for probably a more positive attack. Here he's trying to create attack with numbers up, if possible. Here's Katie Elder is going to send that ball in. Across the top of the circle, finds no one. New Canaan clearing that ball out, finding, I think that's number 3 in the center. Here's Lily Kulitz. Again, we were just mentioning, was a forward all of her years of field hockey, and now has made her way to the defensive end and doing a great job. Daphne Cutler can take that ball right away. She just needs to carry it 5 yards before she goes into the circle, which she does. Good job with defense.
Here's Elders fighting for the ball with Rachel Gilio.
Nice little reverse again. The goalkeeper ready. So good job by Emily to save that ball. And once again, and then another goal.
Shea Vandenbroek again with the goal, and she has 2. As you're going to take in, she's right there. 3 New Canaan defenders surrounding her. She finds a way to put it in the back of the cage. So Vandenbroek off to a hot start here on an overcast day. We've got a timeout. We will take a quick break. We'll be back with more field hockey action on the DAF Media Network. Darien up 3-0 early in this one. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network, coming out of a timeout. Darien off to a strong start, and Alex George, your impressions so far of this first half? We're a little under 20 minutes remaining, so about midway through the first half, but certainly a strong start for the Blue Wave.
Yeah, definitely. They pressed them really hard and aggressive, and they didn't give them any space in the middle. I think what they do best is they tackle back right away. New Canaan struggled developing the game on the right side, which is easier for the player, for the hockey players, and Darien just give them left side, and also they close all the gaps and channels in the middle, so it's really difficult for New Canaan to send through balls and create pressure and opportunities, scoring opportunities up front. So well done, Darien.
And Alex, you coach a number of the players on the field with your club team, AGH, and have had a lot of success with players from Darien and from New Canaan.
Yeah, we played. We finished sixth in the country at the National Club Championship. We won the RCC, the Regional Club Championship in the Northeastern. Um, great pleasure to coach those players. They're very athletic, very aggressive. They know what they want. Obviously, they want to play in college, and they understood that they have to work hard. And we're all on the same page, and it's going really well at the moment.
Both this area, southwestern Connecticut, such a hotbed for high school field hockey talent.
Yeah, they know earlier what they want, and they invest the right amount of time in their performance, and they put the work and commitment, and that makes the difference in comparing with any other regions in the country.
So the ball on the far side of the field, New Canaan possession here as they look to try to get something going on offense.
Yeah, that's going to be an obstruction call on Shea Vanderbrook. So New Canaan's going to get the ball. They've been down here since the timeout, so I'd imagine Kelly gave them some strong, encouraging word. Now that's going to be a corner. I didn't see the defender play.
It wasn't, the defender didn't took 5 yards.
I didn't see it, though.
Therefore, yeah, it's illegal, and it's going to be a penalty corner first for the New Canaan.
Yeah.
Let's see what they're going to come up with.
New Canaan from the corner.
It's an important moment for them. They really have to score the goal so they can keep staying in the game.
Yeah.
So a big opportunity here for the Rams.
Brielle Connolly from the corner.
Good insert.
Brielle Connolly, the insert. Ball in front of the cage. And it's going to be Darien possession as we take a look at what happened here. Great work, guys.
There's a few.
Good defending for Tala. Good protection, protect the ball really well.
Catherine Vogt, the junior, is starting at goal for Darien. These are two programs that know each other well. Obviously, big rivalry in southwestern Connecticut and the entire state when New Canaan and Darien get together in any sport. And they met in the state finals, Kari.
Yeah.
You remember this?
Yeah.
Back in 2009, Darien beat New Canaan 3-0 to win the Class M state title. Both were playing in Class M at that point.
Yes.
But that was the only time they have met in the state finals.
Yeah, well, we've changed class. My daughter actually scored 2 goals in that game as a.
Did she
she
really?
was brought up post. Yeah, and she had scored 2 goals. So that was. I remember that game really well. She was so young and was so happy to score there. Now we've changed class, so I believe they're still in Class M, we're in Class L, which is why we don't face them again. But
last year, after back-to-back Class M state championships, New Canaan lost in the state finals to Daniel Hand last year. Tough loss in Coach Mark's first season, but to get to that point,
in
certainly
first
first-year head coach is saying something, speaks to her ability and talent as a coach.
Yeah, it really does.
Here's New Canaan.
Nice job by Tala Garcia just to intercept that ball, and hopefully she can find her teammate. That just slips through a few New Canaan sticks. She's trying to find Bridget Mahoney. New Canaan continues, as Alex had mentioned, to build on this left side, which is a lot easier for the opponent because it's a side that her stick is on. So essentially, New Canaan wants to try to, when they have an opportunity to transfer through the middle, try to get the ball over to the right side if they could.
Also, Darien, they defend with the entire team behind the ball, and that creates a lot of traffic and all the channels that are closed.
Darien timeout.
You heard PA address announcer Anthony Sweeney say Darien timeout. We will take a quick break. Head coach Mo Minikis talking things over with her team. Coach Marks talking things over with her team. And we will step away. Darien up 3-0 with 13:45 remaining in the first half. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew, Kari Johns, and Alex George joining us. Thanks for being with us and watching this one. It's 3-0 Darien with 13:45. Shea Vandenbroek with 2 goals and Lily Kulas with a goal for the Blue Wave. And that's where we stand to this point.
So that aerial ball needs to be, we've mentioned this before, a stick length from any player. And so it has to either go up and over or just miss a player altogether. And it was just a little close to the umpire's calling danger.
I just want to point out that was a great timeout by Mo, and
Yes.
you can easily see the competitiveness between the two programs, and obviously how Mo and Kelly's very competitive. They don't want to lose, they want to win the game. So they start the third slot in 2 minutes, and Mo right away elevate that energy and call them up. So that was great.
Number 18, Annalyn Dace coming in with the ball. Good. That's sorry, Brinsley Rush. Find your teammate. There's Bridget being smart with the ball.
Bridget Mahoney, nice stick work from her.
Yeah, she just dribbles.
She's very fast. She's very clever. She reads the game really well, and she's not selfish. She's passing the ball in the right time. It's just a pleasure to watch her competing and playing intense and high level.
It really is. She's everything you just said. Yeah, she's just really smart on the ball and understands she needs a team behind her, so she distributes well and you know, really just helps the team in the most beneficial way. She's a really good captain. Happy for her to have that this year. And sending a ball through, Emily Knight's going to have an opportunity to send this ball out. Just goes out of bounds on a touch on New Canaan's stick. So here comes.
They moved the ball on the right. They moved the game on the right side, but not many options for the defenders. They didn't come closer to support and create clear outletting of the ball.
Here's Darien now, and it's taken away by New Canaan.
So they're just doing very linear, kind of straight down the center of the field, which is, it's going to help if they open the ball up one side or the other. Here's Bridget Mahoney coming back for the ball, finds a foot, takes that free hit immediately because she's very smart in the game. But that she just tried to do a pull left, which wasn't successful. Nice save by New Canaan. And nice little give and go passes. And you see Lily Coolitz picking that ball up and sending the ball out, finding her teammate. There's good support there. Shea Vandenbroek with a little lift over the stick.
It's going to be a breakaway now.
Yeah, for Bridget. She just has so much speed, as you mentioned. Emily Knight able to break that up, and teammate, I believe that's Rachel right there to be able to help. So that's good work. And
Rachel Giglio with a nice defensive effort for the Rams.
Lily Coolitz finding Katie Elders. New Canaan coming away with the ball again.
Catherine Bopp on the far side of the field picks it up and takes off down the right sideline.
You just see Shea guiding her right into Emily Schwartzman. It's really difficult to get out of that. Nice pass off the left foot again of the defender. There's Katie Duggan coming through, but not enough on that ball. It's Katie Elders with a side in. She lifts this ball. It's got to go over, which that's a great ball. And into space. Now that's going to be Darien ball that number 1, Estelle, lifted that ball into the opposition.
Estelle Asker, the junior.
Yeah.
And Alex, you coach Estelle with your club team.
Yes, she's playing for us as well. She's playing in the middle. Very disciplined player. Always try to do the right things and trying to do the best.
Under 10 minutes remaining now in the first half, and certainly New Canaan would like nothing more than to get on the board here before they head to the locker room at halftime.
Yeah, it's really imperative when you go in a game, especially at halftime, 3-1, 3-0 are just kind of two different mental games. There's a turnover on New Canaan. The differences that you're seeing is that Darien's working the ball around the outsides, and then when they penetrate in the offensive 25, then they work it in the middle of the field. And New Canaan's trying to go down the middle of the field with most of their work.
There's Katie Duggan
Beautiful counter-attack. Beautiful.
From Molly.
Hellman.
Nice, Molly. Good job on defense to get that in. Katie Duggan with her
Duggan
first
scores.
goal.
Katie Duggan with the goal as we
Katie
take
Duggan
another look
with the
at
goal.
this.
Number 3.
How about this? Katie Duggan.
A lacrosse player.
Yeah, very clever. Looked at the goalie, scanned the hole, and just pushed the ball. Placement shot. Great, great finish.
So Katie Duggan, her first
I
goal
believe it is
of
her
the
first
season.
goal. Yes. I could be wrong. Don't be mad, Katie, if I misquoted, but I believe that's her first goal of the season. And she gets subbed out as a reward.
She gets a little breather as she'll head to the sideline. And so it's 4-0 Blue Wave here. An impressive first half performance by head coach Mo Minikis' club. And I think that has really been, these last 6 games, I mentioned earlier they're on a 6-game win streak, is they have gotten off to really fast starts.
On the bird,
right?
Very early.
Yeah.
You know, the benefit is that there's so much speed. When you have Bridget and Molly Hellman together, there's just so much speed. It's very difficult for many teams to be able to defend that, especially with their skill level and the way they move the ball and the way they see the field. Good support from New Canaan to try to get that ball, but unfortunately, foot.
Here's Katie Elders.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be New Canaan ball. Rachel Gillia with the free hit here.
It looks like the New Canaan team, that their forwards, they don't create enough leads and they don't have much space. They stay really close to the ball. That gives Darien an easier chance to steal the ball.
Well, you can see right now when they're going in the circle, they have 3 players in against 7 Darien players, so it's really hard to generate offensive play from that. Bridget's going to pass that ball out wide, so maybe a little bit too much on it for Olivia Stein, who subbed in.
And that'll roll out of bounds. As Stein just couldn't track it down, the senior.
And we have Izzy Smith in also, number 1. That would just be considered dangerous.
So a dangerous hit there, Kari?
Yeah, just I mean, if there was no traffic there, it wouldn't be dangerous, but there are people around, so.
Here's Elders on the near side of the field, and it's taken away and taken right back by Elders.
See Lindsay Olson also in the match, in the center of the field, number 24, I believe. Oh, there's another dangerous
hit. Back-to-back dangerous hits.
Sometimes the players just undercut the ball the way they hold their stick. Finding an easy pass through the center. That's Olivia Stein. See if she can. She's trying to find her teammate back with Bridget. Everyone looks for Bridget on the field because they know how intense she can be. It's a good job on Izzy finding a foot of the New Canaan player, then loses possession. It's Katie Elders once again trying to find her co-captain. Hala Garcia stepping up. Imagine she tried to change field and switch this ball over. But there's no one there to receive. So New Canaan comes up with the ball strong. Sending the ball down the right side, but here's, looks like Emily Schwartzman again. She's sworn by 3 players to see if she can get out of this, and she does. It's a nice little pullback by Brinsley just to create. The ball could have been a little flatter to Izzy Smith.
The top 3 teams in the FCIAC's East Division, Wilton, New Canaan, and Darien. So this is a big one here between these 2 rivals in terms of FCIAC standings.
Yeah, I'd say those losses for Darien were tough in the beginning, knowing that they, probably should have been wins. We just hadn't had the right personnel, right places. So now it's really, I think, gratifying to come away with, the gameplay that they can do on the field.
It was also the first game of the season.
Sure.
And it takes a little longer until they're gonna get back to the routine and settle the goals and understand exactly where they should be and how they should play.
Absolutely.
Well, and the intense heat in the preseason affected practices, and both coaches talked about that before the season opener. Had to change practice schedules and
Cancel.
It was not ideal, but everybody had to do it. So certainly a level playing field. Here's Darien.
Lindsay Olsen with the ball in the center, looking just slightly off of Bridget's stick, and there's looks like, I think that was Estelle.
Lindsay Olsen, the sophomore, getting some valuable minutes on the turf for the Blue Wave. 4-0 Darien, 4:22 remaining in the first half. Thanks for watching the DAF Media Network. We are live here at Stadium Field on the Darien High School campus. The DAF Media Network, of course, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Damian Andrew, Kari Johns, and we're thrilled to have Alex George joining us this afternoon for this one. Our DAF Media production crew, Wells Foster on camera 1. Camera 2 is Trey Cahill, doing a terrific job on that ISO camera, and Ted Brennan is our director. And here's an opportunity for the New Canaan, and it is cleared away by Emily Schwartzman.
Izzy Smith. Number 3, Katie Cutler taking the ball in. Nice little poke by Izzy Smith. See if she can come over with the ball, but she doesn't.
And we've got a...
New Canaan have an opportunity to get circle entry.
Look again at the Darien team. The entire team is inside 25 yards. Marking man to man, very careful inside the circle. Very disciplined team. Very, very disciplined.
So that is, it looks like Riley on the field, quite a few subs in right now for Darien. I think with the lead, Mo is giving some of the non-starters a little bit of a break, a little bit of playing time, and starters a little bit of a break. So Riley Joyce making an appearance as well. Good step up by Tala Garcia, but she just needs to come away with that ball. And Katie Elders with that reverse stick tackle.
All right, I think the third penalty corner of the
Yes.
game for New Canaan.
Yep.
So a penalty corner for the Rams. As we mentioned moments ago, they try to get on the scoreboard before the end of the first half as the time ticks away here. Darien off to a commanding 4-0 lead. A big first half for the Blue Wave.
So the way they set up Emily Knight is going to insert the ball, and Emily
Estelle.
and Estelle, yeah, is going to trap it. Probably is going to finish a short combination. The shot for the post.
And that ball sails over the crossbar of the cage.
It's going to be a 25 coming in. That was off the defensive stick. You see Katie Elders rushing in. That was short, so I think Tala Garcia rushed that. It was off her stick.
There's Estelle Asker.
Emily Knight distributing the ball well. There's Olivia Stein getting on the wrong side of the ball, and Izzy Smith as well.
You say getting on the wrong side of the ball position, so crucial out there, right?
Yeah, when you're playing defense, you really kind of want to be stick to stick or shoulder to shoulder, and if you get cut off, that's where the opponent can get. Now, that ball didn't go 5, I don't think, but good save by the defense.
Nice save by Catherine Vogt.
So time is going to tick down with this corner. I would imagine they would waste all this time. You have the coaches holding up whatever corner they're calling. They could essentially bring their whole team up, I would imagine, to keep this ball inside.
Emily Knight once again.
So Knight, the inserter again on this penalty corner for New Canaan.
It's a good job by Tala Garcia to break that up, but Estelle is right there, and they get another penalty corner. Now if time ticks down, which it most certainly will, this corner will still be played out. And if there's another corner earned within the same time frame, they'll continue the corner. Inserting again, a little bit of a mistrap, but great tip. And just wide of the goal cage. Here's Tala Garcia with just five seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, they tried the deflection on the post.
And that will do it for the first half as Darien impressive, up 4-0 over New Canaan. And we'll take a quick break, and we will have second half action when we return on the DAF Media Network.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenique School. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
This past year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $420,000 in grants to enhance our community. After years of being the only high school stadium in Fairfield County without lighting, Friday Night Lights came to Darien last fall. The Darien Lights Brigade led the charge, working with neighbors and town officials. The Darien Foundation came in with a grant to meet the crucial funding deadline. Now field hockey, football, soccer, and lacrosse players can play under the stadium lights. A team of high school students offer interactive STEM workshops alive with experiments in robotics, chemistry, and engineering to elementary school kids in Darien. The week-long summer camp and monthly Sunday programs have provided over 1,200 hours of hands-on learning to hundreds of grade school students. Built in 1778, the historic Mather Homestead was a safe house for locals to hide valuables and ammunition from the British Army. Owned by one family for over 2 centuries, the home was gifted to the Mather Foundation last year. Visitors can truly experience 18th century life via the original furnishings, family heirlooms, architectural details, and antique fireplaces. DAF Media puts high school students behind the cameras to live stream youth athletic games and community events. Some 30 student volunteers rotate to produce several live broadcasts each week, overseen by veteran TV anchor Damian Andrew. DAF Media leverages cutting-edge computer and camera technology to offer a fun and collaborative STEM learning experience. Parents and fans can watch games anywhere around the world. Darien is one of only a handful of towns in the United States to have a dedicated Boy Scout campground and cabin. Over 300 boys participate in 2 troops and 4 Cub Scout packs, and that number keeps growing. This June, ground will break on a new cabin and an expansion to the campground property.
Many of the grants we've given out have helped close capital funding gaps at several of our local nonprofit organizations. You can drive all over town and see projects that we've underwritten or supported, from the expansive renovations at the YMCA to the playground by the Sound and flagpole at Weed Beach, to the new sound system at the Darien Arts Center, and to the special operations vehicle at Darien EMS Post 53. I'm personally grateful to see my own family reap the benefits from the grants endowed by the Darien Foundation.
For 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien and offering our community organizations, emergency services, and schools a local resource to help them pursue innovation and excellence. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are back live here on the DAF Media Network, about ready to start the second half. But first, we're going to take a look at first half highlights here. Our director, Teddy Brennan, has the highlights queued up for us. And here we go. This was Darien's first goal of the game. Shea Vandenbroek near the far post. She bangs it in, and it was 1-0 Blue Wave. And then Lily Kulas with the goal there. Backhand puts it in the back of the cage. And here is Vandenbroek again. Second effort that time for Shea. Gets it done. And they got some good goalkeeping, did Darien, from Catherine Vogt. We're going to see a nice save right here from her as she goes down and gets it. And then Katie Duggan gets in on the scoring here. Number 3 for the Blue Wave in white. Pretty shot there, and that is where we stand at the half. It is 4-0 Darien. We are about ready to start the second half. Thanks so much for joining us, Damian Andrew, Kari Johns, and Alex George. And by the way, Kari Johns, nice rendition, as always, of the national anthem to start things off.
Thank you.
So it's 4-0 Blue Wave, an impressive first half. And Alex, what does New Canaan need to do here in the second half to get back into this game?
I think they gotta speed up the game. They need to play much more simple, maximum 2-3 touches to the field. I think the forwards, in my opinion, they don't lead enough. So that means they don't create, they don't generate space to pass the ball, and maybe a little bit more aggressive on marking inside the circle. We saw 4 goals like really easy in the last 5 years. All goals they were scored from there. So that means, you know, front marking and really aggressive there.
New Canaan in the black uniforms. They are moving from left to right here in this second half. Darien in the home whites with the blue numbers. They are moving from right to left on your screen. Once again, thanks for joining us on the DAF Media Network. The DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Darien now will possess this ball as we restart here.
Looks like New Canaan, they started in the high press with 5 players up front. Yeah, they won the ball easier.
Ball rolls out of bounds. Darien keeps it.
So Emily Schwartzman just need a little bit more on that ball. New Canaan trying to keep the ball in their offensive end. Tala Garcia able to take that nice and quick, which is really important. Finding Katie Duggan, who passes the ball back to Katie Elders. Does some stick work around and nice strong pass. And it's going to be key that with this press that New Canaan is showing that the Darien players cut back for the ball like Molly Hellman just did.
This is what Darien does so well, right? Kari switches field.
Yeah, they're smart players, you know. And a lot of the game, as Alex had just said, I mean, it's a simple game. We talked about this for people who don't know field hockey. A lot of people listening at home aren't really sure of the sport. It's very similar to many other sports. You find the space, you expose the space. Offensively, you try to create space, yeah, it's an obstruction call. She hits a corner. And Darien does that really well, I think. And then you move the ball quickly. When you move the ball quickly, the ball moves faster than the player. So if you can just move it, you know, 1 touch, 2 touch, moving the ball, just creates for a faster game.
So a corner opportunity for the Blue Wave. Their first of the second half. Lily Coolis, the inserter.
And Bridget Mahoney was just going to do a little slip pass over.
Vandenbroek.
Just wide of the post. Katie Duggan should have had a stick on there right in the post.
Katie Duggan trying to bang it in on the far side there.
Yeah, get her second goal season in 1 game would be great for her.
As you've mentioned before on a previous broadcast, Kari, this is her first year back playing field hockey.
Yes.
A terrific lacrosse player.
Yes.
And recruited to play lacrosse by some colleges, but she's having a lot of fun. Had a chance to talk to her the other day. Katie does some work for DAF Media and having a lot of fun back on the field hockey turf for the Blue Wave.
You know, she's such a great, I didn't know her before this because I don't know a lot of the lacrosse girls, but she is just such a good athlete and just so energetic about anything that she does. She's a great voice in the back. She cheers everybody on. It's really good to have her back there. You saw Darien falling back to almost a half court press or half field press.
It looks like they prepare for the final game against Staples.
Yes,
to me.
yes.
Very clever sophomore.
It's a great job with Stella just stopping that ball and changing directions quickly. Really nice. She finds her teammate on the right side. I believe that's Brielle.
Here's Catherine Bopp with possession for New Canaan.
I can't see those numbers again.
Katie Duggan trying to chase it down.
Umpire calling a stick obstruction, so she's going Ord. It's going to be New Canaan possession again. They've made some good effort trying to get inside their offensive 25 to generate some play here. As Estelle Asker is going to take this ball. Send it all the way back to Emily Knight. She's going to find her teammate wide. Looks like Carolyn Brooks is going to send the ball out wide. Or that could be Skylar. So while we're here, I have to give a shout out to Dr. Brooks, who's watching from the office. His daughter Caroline plays on the team. He did some handiwork on my hand to surgically repair a ligament that I tore playing field hockey, and he's great and has his daughter playing on the New Canaan team, starting for the first year.
That's excellent. So shout out to Dr. Brooks.
Dr. Jeffrey Brooks. You don't need a hand surgeon. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry. I'm just
No,
saying
no,
New
go
Canaan
ahead.
just, again, trying to generate something. They're working the ball around the outsides. You never want to really be caught in that. Left corner is not a good place to be offensively. It's a great ball by Katie Elders. Sends that ball. Let's see who wins this battle, Emily Knight or Molly Hellman, and Emily comes away with the ball. Great job.
Yeah, super strong on the ball.
Yeah. So once again, you see, as Alex had mentioned, the forward's just not creating enough space. So you have one attack player going against, you have four. You can see four Darien players inside their defensive in the D. And so, the ball, I think you need to create numbers up for a situation.
It's so funny, you say the word space, but so important, not only in this sport, but soccer, basketball,
Yeah.
creating space.
Yeah.
And if you're watching us right now, we thank you. And also, if it seems kind of dark, it is. It's been overcast all day and just kind of a gloomy day here in Darien. Thought the meteorologist had said it was going to be a little bit nicer than it has been today, but nonetheless, a cool, not too bad. Certainly, a nice weather for the players to be out there playing.
Yeah, really not bad. As did I. Yesterday, they kind of got it wrong as well, so I should have expected today.
Tala Garcia goes down.
That creates a penalty corner for New Canaan, which is their first penalty corner in the second half, 7 minutes in.
Penalty corner in field hockey, they're critical in all international games. Penalty corner percentage is somewhere around 90% a goal. My friend Stuart from Penn State last year did research on all Division I universities, the goal scores from corners, and almost 80% they were scored in the last 5 yards, which is right in front of the goalie, with a nice little tip.
So they go back to the inserter, send it back up. It finds a foot for New Canaan, unfortunately, so Darien's going to get a ball to outlet that right away, and that's just mistrapped by Emily Schwartzman, so Darien having another opportunity. The penalty corner is crucial because there's 4 defenders back plus a goalkeeper, and you can have up to 8 generally players, so you're up numbers, so you really want to try to generate some good offense there.
Technically, the less passes and the less combinations you do in a penalty corner, the more successful, most likely going to be. It's hard under pressure to drop, receive, giving out, thinking really fast. So just keep it simple. So start, pass, shoot, whatever.
It's a great job by Bridget Mahoney to break that up and see if she gets through, and she does. There's a stick obstruction by player. I'm sorry, I can't see her number.
Clever. Draw the foul in the middle, delay the game, give the team a break. Very clever player.
New Canaan with an opportunity again. They've been in their offensive 25 quite a bit, so they're attacking. Katie Elder is able to get the ball moving. Another ball for New Canaan. If they take this free hit right away and a Darien player plays them, they could have drawn a penalty corner. What she'll do, that's a good job. Emily Schwartzman gets that ball out of the sideline. New Canaan taking the hit right away. Oops. Oop.
Yeah, it's going to be a card.
Yeah.
And that will be a card on
Brinsley
Darien.
Rush. Yeah, Brinsley Rush. So she, I mean, it was just poor defense. It wasn't, it didn't look like an intentional. These girls generally at this age don't do intentional, but she just didn't come in. She came in with her body instead of with the stick, and so that's going to be considered an intentional foul.
So a advantage here for New Canaan. Man up.
Yeah, for 2 minutes. That ball should be coming out. Taking that free hit right away. And I think one thing Darien has done so well when they get the ball down is that they attack the goal straight away, and New Canaan's continually bringing the ball around the outsides instead of...
well, they don't have options.
Yes.
It looks like the forwards are comfortable staying on marking, and
Yeah.
it's no space to penetrate, and they're just going to go around the circle.
It's be a good ball if she finds Emily all the way out in this. But she draws the opponent one way. Try to send it to the center of the field generally isn't a good. It's Lindsay Olsen. And getting by, not quite sure who that was.
That's a clear penalty corner.
Yes, it was.
Massive obstruction.
Third party obstruction, yeah, that should have been a penalty corner.
Oops, back of the stick.
Yeah, it's definitely a foul.
Damian Andrew, Kari Johns, and Alex George joining you. Thanks for joining us on the DAF Media Network.
So New Canaan throwing a press in and not necessarily coming away with the ball, but forcing a turnover, which is also smart. So Darien just needs to be a little smarter when they have the ball. New Canaan doing a good job of forcing that turnover so that they can have possession of the ball. Here's, looks like number...
Running with the ball straight in the traffic instead of just circle around. Yeah, it's timeout, probably Darien.
Yeah, Darien's calling timeout.
And we have got a break in the action here. We will take a quick break ourselves. Darien up 4-0, 19-13 remaining in the second half. We are back to live action here on the DAF Media Network. Varsity Field Hockey, Darien and New Canaan. Blue Wave with a commanding 4-0 lead 19 minutes remaining in the game. The lights now turned on here at Stadium Field. And Damian Andrew joined by Kari Johns and Alex George, who coaches a number of these players on the field tonight with his club team.
Second half, New Canaan has been doing a really good job of keeping ball possession. Bridget Mahoney coming to the center of the field, nice little 3D work, getting the ball through her opponents. Trying to find, but Emily Knight right there as a backup, which is a really good support for her team.
There's Catherine Bopp, and it's intercepted there by Lindsay Olson, the sophomore for Darien. Ball near midfield. Kari Johns has to step away for just a bit. Damian Andrew, Alex George, and certainly two really strong programs. You see the stick skills on display out there.
Yes, very strong, both programs.
Main difference for you looking at this game, you've been watching it from the start. Main difference, Darien 4, New Canaan nothing. Where has Darien fared better in this one?
I think Darien have overall all the players in the team more experience. They've been playing probably for a longer time. New Canaan, they have many starters from what I saw in the roster, freshmen, and that cost you in the tough games. Let's not forget that they're high schoolers, and mentally it's really important for them as well.
And that is nearly a goal, but a great save, and
that's a goal.
Put in. And we do have a goal, and I think we're going to take another look at this if we can. So it looks like it's 5-0 Darien, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to see that, but 5-0 Darien as they have a commanding lead right now, 16:40 remaining in the game.
Goal scored by Brinsley Rush.
For sure, we're gonna still have a good game. Both teams, they will play no matter what. Yes, of course, they care the score, but they are truly athletes, so they're gonna keep pushing hard all the way in the end. It doesn't take longer Darien to win the ball back. It's probably 20-30 seconds, which is great. The pressing works really, really well.
You mentioned some of the young players on this New Canaan team. I talked to Coach Marks before this one, and she is building this program, no question about it. Makes it to the state finals in her first year last season.
Yeah, it takes time. It takes a couple of years, and most important, it takes time for the players to embody your personality, what you want from those kids, and how hard they want to play, and how far away they want to go with them. So it takes time, and I have really faith in her, and I'm for sure she's gonna build this program.
Brinsley Rush credited with that 5th Darien goal here, as we've got a little bit of mist, Alex George. Not quite rain, but a little mist has come in here. Very overcast and just kind of gloomy.
In the other side, I think Darien is going to just keep going up and up and up. Obviously, they have great coaches with a lot of experience, and their players, they play all year round as well. They truly lacrosse athletes as well. That helps a lot. So it's just good for the kids, and competition always is good for them. Makes them better.
Here comes New Canaan now as they try to get something going here offensively. The ball is on the far side of the field as the Rams look to attack.
Yeah, we have a free hit really close to the circle. Let's see how New Canaan they're gonna. It's a penalty corner.
It is a penalty corner for New Canaan, so let's see if the Rams can take advantage of this opportunity here as we are rejoined now by our very own Kari Johns.
The JV team came in. My daughter actually coaches the New Canaan JV
Yell
team.
Connolly from the corner.
So it's daughter,
Yes.
mother against daughter
Yes.
in the JV matchup after
Yep.
this one.
A great save by Monisha, the goalkeeper. Monisha Kula, who's filling in. And Bridget Mahoney carrying this ball out. So, unfortunately, New Canaan not able to generate anything. Here's Molly Hellman, see if she wins this foot speed battle. Way to break it up by New Canaan, but Bridget right there to take this ball in. Some good stick work on her part. Estella, a really good job just staying with her, really patient.
And a fight for the ball near the 40-yard line.
That wasn't Estelle. Sorry, I'm giving someone else credit. Izzy Nesbitt, is that number 24?
Izzy Nesbitt is number 24, the junior for New Canaan.
It's just really good patience there on Bridget because she's so quick. You have to really be patient with her.
Here's New Canaan. Catherine Bopp down the near sideline, trying to get it to Campbell Connors.
It's great work with Tala Garcia. Did a good job. She finds her teammate. This is Sarah Bogdan who subbed in. She's trying to find Molly Hellman.
Yeah, good step in for Emily Knight.
Monisha Kula in goal for Darien. And, of course, the goalie for New Canaan, Emily Gata.
Emily Knight's been doing a really good job on defense. I think she's been a real good anchor back there for New Canaan.
We've called Emily Knight's name numerous times this afternoon during
She's
this game.
performing really well.
And that ball is going to roll out of bounds as Campbell Connors looking for Catherine Bopp.
It's Emily Schwartzman with the ball on the sideline, trying to find her teammate in the center of the field. Everyone, again, as we talked about, tries to kind of generate the ball through Bridget Mahoney.
She's tracking really, really fast with the ball between the lines, and that generates a lot of opportunities up front. Darien overall, they move really fast in transition from defense to offense, really quick, a very dangerous team.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because we only have 3 returning starters from last year, so everybody else is new this year, and Mose does a great job, just with consistency and focusing on the basics and having them just play, as you had said, just keep it simple. Another great save by Monisha.
Another penalty corner from New Canaan.
You hear the New Canaan faithful made the short trip from New Canaan to Darien here, cheering on the Rams as they have a penalty corner opportunity. And it'll be Emily Knight who will insert it.
They're definitely looking to get something on the board here. This is a really good team. We know a lot of the players. Nice job on Monisha again, clearing that ball out.
And
Once again from the corner,
another penalty corner for the Rams.
There's Emily Knight inserting the ball again. Oh, didn't insert quickly. It happens from time to time, and Katie Elder's right on top of that ball. That ball has to come out of the circle before they can go back in on a penalty corner. New Canaan getting another opportunity just outside their 20. I'm going to sign off and leave this to Alex and capable hands.
Well, we appreciate Kari Johns joining us, as she always does, for our varsity field hockey matchups. Kari Johns does a terrific job for DAF Media. She's got a game to coach, and it's a family affair as she will coach against her daughter, who is the head coach of the New Canaan JV team. So here comes New Canaan Catherine Bopp with the ball, near side of the field for New Canaan. Into the corner, you've got a whistle. New Canaan retains possession.
Yeah, it's their ball.
As we are under 10 minutes remaining in this one, here's Bopp being defended by two Blue Wave players. And Emily Schwartzman fighting for possession. And Estelle Asker. And it's taken away by Molly Hellman. So much speed. We talked about the stick skills earlier. So much speed on display from both of these teams, right?
Yeah, it's a very fast game.
You know, Kari and I were talking about this earlier. She brought up a good point in the last broadcast we did. This is field turf, not AstroTurf. Ball is reacts a little bit differently, right?
Yeah, it's actually a very big difference between the regular turf and water-based. Even the ball played now, the red color, it's a little lighter than the official one, Kookaburras. It's water-based. It's way faster. It's the international standards. They play Olympics, World Cups, all major events in the world. They play in the field. The technique and the skills is completely different than playing in a turf, which is much slower. And usually the players with great skills, they get a little punished because it's a lot slower and it's become more physical.
Damian Andrew, Alex George, joining you. Thanks for joining us on the DAF Media Network. Darien up 5-0 here. It's been an impressive afternoon for the Blue Wave against their rival, New Canaan. New Canaan, of course, coached by Kelly Marks in her second season as the Rams head coach, and terrific collegiate player herself. Ball out to Emily Knight. And we've got a whistle, so we'll reset here, and Darien takes over. Nice ball to midfield, and Asker with a nice play. Estelle Asker, you coach her as well, right, in your club team?
Yes. She's
talented player for the Rams.
Yes, very talented player for us in the club. She's playing mid-side towards forward. In a high school, it looks like she's playing in the top of the diamond, which is a low midfield. And that role just forces her to coordinate and decide the game a lot more. Clearly very important player for New Canaan.
And we have a timeout on the field. We will take a quick break. Darien up 5-0. You are watching the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. A free hit here for New Canaan.
Yeah.
As we resume live action.
Great tackle for from Tala there.
Tala Garcia, number 17 for Darien. You just saw a close-up of. Under 6 minutes remaining in this one. It has been all Blue Wave. An impressive effort as they try to win their 7th straight game. We mentioned Darien got off to the 2-2 start, and they have rattled off 6 straight wins. And their next game is Wednesday at West Hill, and then they are back home under the lights here at Stadium Field, where they will play Norwalk, and that should be a good one. Norwalk's program has grown by leaps and bounds over the last few years.
Yeah, I watched them actually last year in the playoffs as well, and just good team overall, solid. They want to play, they play hard, and you never know.
A lot more parity now in the FCIAC than there used to be, which is a good thing to see. Parity always good in conference play.
Yes, Wilton have so far they have a great season. Despite the fact that they lost so many field hockey players last year, but they're doing great. I think they're 8-0. That's a breakaway from Mali there.
And a nice save by Gata. Darien in the white, New Canaan in the black with the red numbers. Again, we want to give a shout out to our DAF Media production crew. Camera 1, Wells Foster. Camera 2 is Trey Cahill in his first year with DAF Media, and our director. And also doing our instant replays is Ted Brennan, doing a terrific job bringing you all the action. Not a bad setup we have here, Alex, right?
Yeah, very impressed actually, very impressed. I've never seen actually before some like Darien so well organized in all aspects, starting with all coaching staff and players and media and live stream, and well done.
Well, we appreciate that. DAF Media, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. And here's New Canaan. Catherine Bopp and Tala Garcia with the interception there. And trying to get it to Daphne Cutler. Here's Molly Hellman streaking down the far side of the field with the ball. Hellman so fast. And a nice defensive play that time by Emily Knight. Number of future college players on the field, on display in this one.
Definitely, yes.
And again, you mentioned Wilton. I mean, you know, the really tradition-rich programs, Darien, New Canaan, Wilton, Greenwich, and in recent years, Norwalk has had quite a bit of success. Kyle Seberg, the head coach there, does a terrific job with the Bears program, and that's our next field hockey broadcast on the DAF Media Network. It'll be Darien and Norwalk Friday night right here under the lights at Stadium Field. Under 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this one.
Let's go.
This will certainly be a game that Coach Marks of New Canaan can do some teaching with her team.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's taking advantage of even despite the fact that they lose the game, but I'm sure they try new things and they test probably new players, young players. They try to get them ready for bigger games.
Here's a 2-on-1 situation for Darien. Shea Vandenbroek wide open. Nice back pass to Molly Hellman, and she scores.
That was just a textbook, very unselfish, give and go, a lot of composure in front of the goalie, didn't took the shot straight forward and make a nice pass assist, and it was a sure goal in the last. Very, very good.
Really nice effort there by Shea Vandenbroek. She could have taken that shot
Yes.
And she decided to make
Yes.
the extra pass, and it paid off as she
Definitely.
gets it to Molly Hellman coming down the right side, and it was a bang-bang play for Darien, so a nice transition goal there for the Blue Wave, and we are back underway here.
It definitely shows that it's a very mature team, and they don't care who scores the goals. They just want to get the job done, and it was, the assist and the way they played for each other, it's impressive, and that gives us 6-0, last game 7-0, and probably the next 3-4 games is going to be the same story.
An overcast, dreary day here in Darien, Connecticut. Varsity field hockey on the DAF Media Network. And we're under a minute remaining in the game. 6-0 Blue Wave. Umbrellas are out as the rain coming down a little bit harder now.
Just want to mention also that both umpires, they did a very good job. They let the game flow. They didn't bother us with a lot of whistles, and that affects the quality of the play. So
Sure.
It's critical at this level to let the kids play and kind of like read the game.
Yeah, well said. Good point there. I think a lot of people who don't know the sport of field hockey well, they see all the whistles in games, and it kind of bogs down the play, slows it down.
The speed of the game and the beauty of the game, actually.
Yep.
Field hockey, it's a very fast game, transition, defense to offense. It's all about going fast.
And that will do it for this one as Darien wins 6-0. Alex George, thanks so much for being with us, and your final thoughts on this game.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure. It was a good game. Even Darien scored 6-0, but both teams, they tried really hard and they tried to play as hard as they could. I think today Darien was much faster in transition, and they passed the ball way faster and way earlier. They pressed really well, and that gives us a lot of opportunities in front of the goal. New Canaan, they tried hard. They tried hard. Unfortunately, the result for them is 6-0. So. Anyway, I wish both teams good luck in the rest of the seasons, and for sure we're going to see great hockey.
No question. So New Canaan falls to 7-3-0-1. Darien improves to 9-2 overall. They run their winning streak to 7 games now, so a nice little run here for the Blue Wave. Nice stretch as they seem to have found some momentum. They've got another tough game later this week against Norwalk. Their next game is at West Hill, and we are going to try to recap some of the highlights here if we can.
Yeah, they were quick. Darien, they were quick. They capitalized right away. They took advantage of the opponents right for the space that they give it to them. So heads off to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Our director Ted Brennan just efforting our highlights here as we're going to take a look at the scoring for the Blue Wave in this one. As you see the handshake line there, a lot of respect on both of these teams for one another. This is a intense rivalry in the FCIAC and in the state of Connecticut, but a lot of respect by both teams shown. And as you mentioned earlier and throughout this broadcast, a lot of players play outside of high school, play on club teams.
For sure, both teams, they have heavy caliber of players, and we probably had 7-8 Division 1 players. Some of them, they're most likely going to end up Division 3, but definitely both teams, they have good hockey players.
Taking a look at the highlights here, as you just saw Shea Vandenbroek goal, and then Lily Kulas with a goal there, the backhanded goal in the back of the cage. And here's another Shea Vandenbroek goal, the second effort that time. There was a nice stop by Emily Gata, the New Canaan goalie. And we're going to see a nice save here by New Canaan's, or by Darienne's Monisha Kula. Nice save. And then Katie Duggan gets the job done here for Darien with the goal. And there's another Darien goal. Actually, that was a clear. And a nice save there by New Canaan. And then here's the pretty transition goal by Darien as it's Shea Vandenbroek.
Beautiful assist.
To Molly Hellman.
Well done, one touch inside. Very, very nice.
Absolutely. So, for our entire DAF Media production crew, Wells Foster, Trey Cahill, Ted Brennan, for Alex George, I am Damian Andrew. This has been a production of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Once again, Darien beats New Canaan 6-0 in varsity field hockey. Have a great night, everybody. Take care.